Welcome to the Module 3 of Day 5. The Module 3 talks about the situational English, and today we are going to talk about the situation of being at the airport. Let's get started. If you are traveling and need to visit an airport, you can expect polite questions when checking in, going through customs, and boarding a plane. You should always remember to be polite, especially when speaking to customs officials and security officers. Knowing the socially appropriate things to say will help you speed through the check in and boarding process. To prepare for your trip to the airport, study the following basic dialogues. The important questions that you can expect in the check in are as following. Can I have your ticket, please? May I see your passport, please? Would you like a window or an aisle seat? Do you have any baggage? What is your final destination? Would you like to upgrade to business or first class? Do you need any help getting to the gate? Are the common questions that you can expect. Checking in practice dialogue is the first dialogue that we have introduced. This dialogue between a passenger service agent and a passenger is fairly typical of a discussion that you might encounter in an airport station. The passenger service agent says, "Good morning. Can I have your ticket, please?" The passenger says, "Here you are," giving away the ticket. The agent says, "Would you like a window or an aisle seat?" The passenger says, "An aisle seat, please." The agent says, "Do you have any baggage?" Passenger says, "Yes, this suitcase and this carry-on bag." The agent says, "Here use your boarding pass. Have a nice flight." And the passenger says, "Thank you." After you have checked in, you will need to go through the airport security. This part of the presentation introduces you to the going through the security check. It's important to follow the instructions carefully and understand their requests. The very first is, please step through the scanner. This you should do asked when you are passing through the metal detector at the airport. Please step to the side. This question you get. This could be asked if a security officer needs to question you further. Please raise your arms to the side. This expression is when asked you are inside a scanner. Empty your pockets, please, would mean that take away everything that is there within your pockets of your pants. Please take off your shoes and belt. You're supposed to take it off for scanning. Please take any electronic devices out of your bag, the mobiles, the laptops, etc. Let us look at this dialogue. Actually, things move very quickly at an airport once you reach the security checkpoint. And when you are at the first time in the airport station, you get baffled. Use this dialogue practice to help you speed through the process. This dialogue is at the security check. The security officer says, "Next." You're supposed to stand in line, and the officer would say, "Next." The passenger immediately should give, "Here is my ticket." The officer says, "Please step through the scanner." The passenger, beep, beep, beep. This is when you're going through the scanner. What's wrong? If you're going through the first time, you might get scared. The security officer helps. "Please step to the side." "Certainly." "Do you have any coins in your pocket?" The scanner will beep only if you have some metal carried. And so he would ask, "Do you have any coins in your pocket?" The passenger says, "No, but I have some keys." "Ah, that's the problem. Put your keys in this bin and walk through the scanner again." The passenger says, "Okay." Security officer says, excellent, no problem. Remember to unload your pockets before you go through the security check next time. Oh, thank you. I will do that. Have a nice day, says the officer. It's very important to empty your pocket and not carry any metal within you when you are passing through the security check. Then we reach the passport control and customs. If you take an international flight, you will have to pass through the passport control and customs. Here are some of the most common questions that you can expect. Can I see your passport? The officer might say. Are you a tourist or here on business? When asked at the customs to determine the purpose of your visit. The question, do you have anything to declare? Sometimes people need to declare things they have bought in their other countries, and whenever that is the situation, you might encounter with this question at the passport or the customs. Have you bought any food into the country? Some countries do not allow certain foods to be brought into the country, and so you should be careful in packing your luggage whenever you are traveling on an aeroplane. Let's see a small dialogue related to this. You may have different experiences at the passport control and customs sections, depending on the laws of the country you are visiting, as well as the type of items that you are bringing in. The passport official and a passenger is the dialogue that is going on. The passport official says, "Good morning, can I see your passport?" The passenger says, "Here you are. Thank you very much. Are you a tourist or here on business?" The passenger says, "I'm a tourist." The official asks, "That's fine. Have a pleasant stay." Passenger has to say, "Thank you," in response. The customs official says, "Good morning. Do you have anything to declare?" to some other passenger. The passenger says, "I'm not sure. I have 2 bottles of whiskey, and do I need to declare that?" Customs official says, "No, you can have up to 2 quarts." "Oh, that's great," the passenger says. "Have you bought any food into the country?" the official asks. "Just some cheese I bought in France." "Oh, I'm afraid I'll have to take that," says the official. "Why? It's just some cheese." The official says, "Unfortunately, you're not allowed to bring cheese into the country. I'm sorry." The passenger says, "Okay, here you are," and hands over the cheese packet to him. The customs official says, "Thank you. Anything else?" Sorry. The passenger answers, "I bought a t-shirt for my daughter." Customs official laughs and says, "Oh, that's fine. Have a nice day and have a nice day." Passenger says, "You too," and he leaves. Here is a conversation at the airport as a practice. This is between the ground staff, passenger, and later by the Air India staff. The passenger says, "Can you please help me find the counter of Air India?" The ground staff, who is there to help us out in the airport station, says, "Sure, ma'am. It's on the right side at counter number 11, beside the counter of Indigo Airlines." The passenger says, "Thank you so much." And he goes to the Air India counter. The Air India staff says, "How many people are you? Can I please have your passport and tickets?" The passenger says, "We are 2 of us. Here are our tickets and passports." Staff says, "Thank you. Please allow me a minute for verification." "How much luggage do you have?" The passenger says, "We have 2 bags for check-in and 1 handbag." Staff says, "That's fine. Kindly put your check-in bag on the conveyor belt. Also, please tie the baggage tags against all your bags." Passenger says, "Sure, I'll do that." Staff says, "Sir, I believe you have exceeded your luggage weight limit." The passenger says, "Oh, how many kg over are we?" The limit is 15 kg per person in check-in baggage and 5 kg on hand baggage. For 2 people, the limit would be 30 kg and 10 kg respectively. Your check-in bag is 32.5 kg, sir. So what would you advise us to do? The staff says, You can take some time and rearrange your luggage over there, ma'am, or pay fine, which is 600 rupees per kg. The passenger says, all right then, I would like to rearrange my luggage. The staff says, sure, sir, over there. So after 10 minutes, the passenger says, there you are, all done, the passenger says. The staff says, very well, sir, kindly put your luggage on the conveyor belt. Sure, the passenger answers. The staff says, fine, sir. Here is your boarding pass and baggage tags are behind your boarding pass. Your boarding time is 14:25 p.m. at gate number 13. Have a safe flight. Thank you for choosing Air India. And that's it. Hope you had enjoyed the conversation. Let's look at the second conversation. Now, this conversation at the airport is between three people. During this lesson, you will learn a brief conversation between the person at the checking in desk and Mr. and Mrs. Jones, who are checking in. The checking in desk says, welcome. Please, can I see your tickets? Mr. and Mrs. Jones says, yes, here you are. The checking in desk says, is it just you two traveling or there is anyone else? Mr. and Mrs. Jones says, no, it's just the two of us. Checking in desk says, do you both have your passports with you? Mr. and Mrs. Jones says, yes, here they are. The checking in desk says, I'll be going to ask some questions. Just answer with a simple yes or a no. Mr. and Mrs. Jones say, yes, of course, no problem. Checking in desk, yes, as anyone you don't know asked you to take anything on the plane for them? Has anyone you don't know asked you to take anything on the plane for them? Mr. and Mrs. Jones says, no. Checking in desk asks, have you have sole possession of your luggage since you packed? Mr. and Mrs. Jones says, yes. Checking in desk says, have you at any time left your luggage unattended while being in the airport? Mr. and Mrs. Jones says, no. The checking in desk asks, do you have any weapons or firearms in your possession? Mr. and Mrs. Jones says, no. The checking in desk asks, have you any inflammable material in your luggage? Mr. and Mrs. Jones answer, no. The checking in desk asks, do you have any perishable food items in your bags or suitcases? Mr. and Mrs. Jones says, no. The checking in desk asks, that's good. Can you put your luggage here, please? Mr. and Mrs. Jones answer, okay. Checking in desk says, what seat would you like, in aisle seat or a window? Mr. and Mrs. Jones says, can I have two seats near the emergency exit? Checking in desk says, wait, I'll check for you. Yes, that's okay. I'm placing you two in 21A and 21B. The gate number is A22. You can start boarding the plane in 30 minutes and the plane will take off in 1 hour. Mr. and Mrs. Jones answer, can you tell me how to get to A22? Checking in desk says, yes, go straight ahead and turn left at the end, then turn right and A22 is there. Follow the signs on your gate number on the bottom of your ticket. Mr. and Mrs. Jones says, thank you very much for all the help. Yes, it is something new that we do at the airport station because boarding in of aeroplanes and traveling in air is something new to us. But as we get practiced, I think we get used to. I hope you had enjoyed the lesson. Thank you very much and stay tuned for the next module.